Welcome everyone to the Manga Alert podcast. It's going to be a bit, It's going to be a bit different this week because Shaman isn't here. This is, I think this might be
God.
I don't want to say this might be like the second or third time. I know he wasn't on the My Hero cast because and I think there might have been like one other time he wasn't here. But yeah, so the reason for this, what actually happened was that, and he told me not to tell anyone, but I'm like, come on, this is Manga Alert. We like to be transparent with our audience. He was walking to the store the other day. He was really interested in picking up the new volume of Chainsaw Man because he's such a big fan. And as he was walking across the street, Base Senpai hit him with his Jeep. And we found that this was because Shaman, he read Kengan Ashura, but then afterwards he refused to read Kengan Omega. So Based drove all the way from Florida to Nevada, and he clocked him. He just like wiped him out with his car. Now Shaman is alive, but he has lost function in his arms and legs, and we're not really sure if he's ever going to get those back. So yeah.
Wait a minute! Whoa! We forgot about the most important thing. We gotta have theme music.
I am Ra's Cool, and I'm here to say no inflection in your voice is A-OK. With the leak of shadows, I'll make Gotham fall. I have several identities, all of them dull.
I am Harvey Dent, and my face is bent. My evil motivation makes little sense. I was a nice guy, but now I'm...
Alright everyone, that was Wet Ass Pussy by Ben Shapiro. I hope you all
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, so yeah, Shaman's not here. Based claims another victim. But we'll keep you updated. Anyway, welcome to Manga Alert. I'm here with Shrugpod, our other host, and we're here with Apollo, who has decided to change his name, but we're not going to let him.
Well, here I'll still go by Apollo, but I have essentially removed myself from the manga community
until he comes back, because he will.
I'm not coming back.
He will
ever.
come back. We need an updated top 10 video. We need to see where Tokyo Ghoul is now.
I gave you that on Twitter.
Did you?
Go to my Twitter.
When was that?
Actually, I have no idea if I did or not. I don't. I planned on it. I don't think I actually ever did it.
You'll come back one of these days.
I promise you I will not.
Well, what about Cool Kid? What about for Cool Kid? He's like your number one fan.
Dude,
I mean, Cool Kid,
man.
He's my number one fan, but he's a little aggressive. So maybe if he toned it down a little bit, maybe I'd be more inclined.
I want to see what was that comment he made on my top 20 video. I enjoyed that one.
I don't know, but that's safe for like after the cast.
No, hold on. I want to read this first. Yeah. I'm so early that Apollo hasn't had time to dislike the video. But the funny thing about that is that he was actually wrong. Apollo was actually like one of the first people to comment before Cool Kid, but because he said the word fuck in his comment, it got like auto detected, and I had to go in through the approval thing to make it visible. So yeah.
You posted it, and I of course, because I'm a fan of whatever, I get notifications when you post. So literally 10 seconds within the video being up, I said, and I quote, "This list fucking sucks." I hadn't even seen the first one yet.
When I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's probably because you hate my top 2 series." And then he was just like, "Oh no, I haven't seen it yet." I'm like, "Oh, all right." Anyway, so how you guys been? Well, what kinds of manga you've been reading recently? There's been a bunch of great new stuff like High School Family on the go. So, what's going on?
Lately, I've been kind of putting manga on the back burner.
Why are you here?
Why are you even?
Why am I here? Because I'm the only one available.
I mean,
he's not wrong.
If we tried hard enough, I'm sure we could have gotten someone else. But
yeah.
Probably. I have been reading a little bit. I reread Sunny the other day by Taiyo Matsumoto. Absolutely amazing series. If you have not read it, I do recommend it.
Is that the guy who does ping pong?
Yes. Yeah. So Taiyo Matsumoto, his art style is weird.
It's unique.
It's gross.
It's very unique. He has been in the manga community, or not, well, you know what I mean, in the manga industry for the better part of his life, and I want to say he's encroaching on 65, if not past it. But yeah, Sunny, if I had to rank Sunny in his works, which I have read Ping Pong, Go-Go Monster, Sunny, and Tech on Concrete, I would say Sunny is probably tied for first, along with Ping Pong.
Oh, I didn't know that he wrote Tenkai Concrete.
Yeah, he
Cool.
wrote. That was one of his original works.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Yeah, I have the first new edition of Ping Pong, but I'm waiting to get the second one, which is out now, before I read it, but I am looking forward to it.
Yeah, I have. That's the only pickup I have for the entire month. Last month.
I know you've been reading that kaiju manga that you won't shut up about. What's the deal with that?
Yeah. So, have you ever seen? I just watched it the other day. It's essentially just the kaiju versus massive robots manga. Or not manga. It's a movie.
Pacific Rim?
Pacific Rim. Have you ever seen Pacific Rim?
I have seen Pacific Rim.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Pacific Rim job, am I right?
Hey.
Woo!
No, shut the fuck up. You're like 3. So it's kind of like Pacific Rim, but there's no mechs. Or if there is, they haven't introduced them in the manga yet.
So it's like kaiju versus kaiju. So it's Godzilla basically.
No. So it's people that have weapons that can bring down kaiju. So it's like
Attack on
they shoot
Titan.
lasers and shit. Kind of, and it's really interesting. It's a weekly series. It was originally supposed to be a monthly series, but like the first 3 chapters were so great that they moved it to Jump Plus or Jump Advance or whatever. I don't know.
Jump Plus, yeah.
Sure. And they switched it to weekly, but it has 3 chapters and then a break. But anyway, so it's kind of like Attack on Titan, nowhere near as good yet. I don't know. It only has 11 chapters out.
So early, yeah.
But I think it's super interesting. The gimmick is that the main character ends up getting infected by a kaiju, and he somehow melds with it, kind of. So it's kind of like One Punch Man, essentially.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. It's really this manga is really hard to explain.
Okay.
Because the basis is super simple. It's kaiju versus humans. But then the main character is essentially One Punch Man, where he melds with his kaiju and can just punch everything.
What is going on?
So it's Pacific Rim and Attack on Titan and One Punch Man all in one.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
This sounds
wonderful.
Awesome.
It sounds terrible, but it's really good.
Anyway, Shrug, what have you been reading? Anything funny? Anything?
I've definitely not been reading anything to that degree of funny. I've kept up on the new paperback releases for Blue Exorcist, Fire Force.
Jeez. What are you reading? Ugh.
Hey man,
you really can't judge. You've been reading some awful shit.
What are you talking about? When we get to my turn, I'm gonna grill your ass.
Okay.
I did take a look through the Perfect Edition for Soul Eater, the reprints, and
those are nice. Yeah.
I gotta say, I really like them. The only thing I don't like is the yellow caution tape spine that I know is gonna be consistent through the whole thing, and I don't know. I hope that they're different colors, but I know they're not gonna be. So it's just gonna be the same, just generic yellow spine with the impact font that Soul Eater uses. The biggest thing I've been reading is through Attack on Titan again to catch up before the before the finale. I haven't reread any of it, but weirdly enough, I picked up all of Noragami that's out right now.
Yes.
Because I got a really good deal on it, and so I was all I wasn't planning on it, but I was all this is a good deal, and so I bought the rest. And I was up to volume 10, and so I'm caught up now. But I don't know how it is. It may suck, but I got a good deal on it, so I'm not complaining.
It's very, very good. It's definitely my top 40.
Sure. Anyway.
Top 40. such like a broad. That's such like a broad.
I bet
considering how often my top 20 fucking changes.
Yeah, next time he reads it, it'll be number 5 or higher.
Yeah, probably. But going back to Soul Eater, do you own any of the Full Metal Alchemist Perfect Editions or Full Metal Editions?
I don't, but I didn't like how those were. I didn't really like.
We must talk about this every second podcast.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because I just wanted to know like the quality between the two. Because in my opinion, I think because like Sunny is the best hardcore cover release I've ever seen, but Full Metal Alchemist is like a close second. So I was just trying to compare the two.
Yeah. I just like the pages of the Soul Eater one more, so I would probably prefer that. But I mean, they're both very good releases. I might actually I don't know. I might want to like sell my Soul Eater singles for the hardcovers at one point.
You should.
I'm not sure yet. Anyway, so for my turn, I decided I actually racked up quite a bit of series that I'm reading weekly or monthly, so I wanted to just go down the list here. We have Attack on Titan, Chainsaw Man, Dr. Stone, Golden Kamuy, Kaguya-sama, Mashle, My Hero Watamote, Record of Ragnarok, Spy Family, To Your Eternity, reading through Vagabond, we got Vinland Saga, and yeah, so
Wait, how are you not done with Vagabond yet?
What do you mean? I've only read like 15 volumes.
Right, there's only 12 omnibuses. Those are 3-in-1s.
Yeah, so I still have more than half the series left.
Right, how are you not done yet?
What? How am I not done? Because I don't own the others.
Oh, I thought you bought all of it.
Did you? I bought 5. I bought the first 5 and then 9 because the others were out of stock.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I'm keeping up with all this. Like I find I don't really have much trouble keeping up with all this stuff. I feel like I used to. I used to not like to have so many things, but now I feel like every week I just have a ton of stuff to go through, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't have a job.
Gosh, that was a lot.
Yeah, it really is.
Oh yeah.
What the heck?
I have time for like 3, maybe.
Oh come on! How long does it take to read a new chapter? Like, calm down.
Well, if it's
are you talking about like new chapters?
Yeah, I'm not like bulk reading all of these series right now.
Oh, I was like, whoa. I was like that's a lot.
The only thing like I'm actually bulk reading still is Golden Kamuy because I'm not even halfway through that yet.
I think my issue with reading so much is that once I start reading so many, like even past 3 or 4 different manga, I start forgetting about a lot of this stuff, and that's why I reread so much stuff, and it's like, holy shit, this is amazing.
Well, usually, like, I like to keep up with stuff weekly so I know what's happening, but then, like, eventually, like, say if the series ends or something, I'll be like, okay, I know what happens and stuff, because I like to keep up with it, but I forgot a lot of the early stuff, so then I'll go back and reread it. Like, I'll do that for Attack on Titan now, because where the chapters are monthly, like, I mean, it's been like 2 years since like 2 or 3 years since this arc even started, so I'm really looking forward to going back to read through all of that. Yeah, I've also I'm doing my new another Shonen Jump video soon, so I checked out some of the new stuff like High School Family. You know, anyone? High School Family?
I think I heard a couple things about it, but not enough to give like a solid impression.
Apollo, you a fan of High School Family?
You know?
Yeah?
It's be a hard no, bud.
Oh, what the fuck? So, it's so, like, it's genius, right? So it's about this kid, a high schooler. He's starting his first day of high school. But then he finds out that his whole family is also going to high school with him. His mom, his dad, his little sister, and his cat. Because, you see, both his parents only ever got a middle school graduation. They never completed high school. So they went back to high school. And then his sister is like a genius. So she gets advanced placement into high school. And then their cat just wants to go. And so they're all placed like in the same class. And now this kid has to deal with his parents being in his high school class. It's the funniest shit I've ever read, honestly.
It sounds terrible. It sounds.
You say it's the
terrible.
funniest thing you've ever read, and I'm like,
it's
what?
Literally, yeah. It's like if Rick and Morty were a manga. I mean, that's.
But Rick and Morty is bad.
My.
So.
Wait, what?
I'm kidding.
So honestly, it's actually not as bad as I thought it would be. I chuckled a couple times. Just because of how absurd it was, but after reading like the 6 chapters that are out now, it kind of already feels boring. So I don't know. We'll see. I also read Our Blood Oath, which it's about this vampire and his brother, who's a human or something, half vampire, I don't know, and they go around and they kill vampires, and it was something. It wasn't really terrible. But it was okay. The last one I have to read is Phantom Seer, which I haven't checked out yet.
What's that about?
A Phantom Seer? I don't know. It like there's a dude.
I guess he sees phantoms.
Yeah,
he
sees
like Danny
phantoms.
Phantom, but worse.
Yeah, I was just about to say like Danny Phantom.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's all too early to tell if any of these series are going to get axed or not. But
well, we can already tell that High School Family is going to be a new big 3.
Oh, for sure. Usually, I think I have a really good radar on what's getting axed or not. Like the only thing that
you bet you're what 3 for 3 so far.
3 for 3. The ones that like I've liked from the start. Like, the 2 main ones I liked from the start were Chainsaw Man and Mashal. And, obviously, those stuck around. The only, like, really surprising one, I think, was Mission Yozakura Family. Because, like, who even reads this? Like, what even... I have no idea.
But didn't it eventually get axed with the newest wave?
No, it's still going. It's really weird, because, like...
I've never read a...
It doesn't sell very well, but it also doesn't sell... so bad that they want to cancel it, so I guess they just want it to pick up. It's weird.
But it's a gag manga too.
No, it's not Yozakura Family.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I haven't read a chapter of it.
Oh, it's basically like Spy Family, but not as good. That's my impression.
Whenever these new manga come out, I purely rate them on their art, and that's how I determine whether or not I'm going to read them.
Oh, Spy Family. I think I forgot. Did I mention I was reading Spy Family? I think I did. Yeah, that's also
yes, you
great.
did.
Have you guys read Spy Family? It's the best.
I've read the first volume. I think the second volume is out.
Yeah.
I have not.
But so Spy Family is insane. It's about a family, but they're not a family, and they're spies.
Only one of them's a spy.
Yeah, they're a spy, a psionic kind of telepath, and an assassin, and it works, and it's beautiful, and I love it.
You haven't even gotten to when they introduce the dog yet.
Oh, I have not. I didn't even know there was a dog.
Well, there's going to be a dog, and he's the best.
That's fucking amazing. You should really read Spy Family. It's so wholesome and amazing and beautiful.
Oh yeah, it just works on every level. It's incredible.
It really does.
It's like meteoric rise in popularity is kind of like unprecedented. It's like the Demon Slayer of new manga, basically. Like I think
except Demon Slayer is less than 3 years old. 4 years old.
Demon Slayer itself is just a whole enigma, man. Like
it really is.
I think that just Demon Slayer has just absolutely just shattered every record, and like there's no explanation. It's just something that like it's like a 1 in a million shot that it.
So I think this is a good segue into we actually got numbers the other day for the best-selling series of the past 8 months. So this goes from the start of January to the end of August, right? Now,
is it January or is it actually January to December that they do their rankings, or is it they're like some people do March to whatever?
The annual ones we get each year go from mid-November to mid-November, right?
Right.
But this one right here is just 8 months, so it's December 30th to August 30th, basically.
Oh, okay.
And we're looking at the numbers. I was talking about how Spy Family is a huge hit. It actually placed 8th. Like this, it only has 5 volumes yet. There's no, and it's a slower release too because it's bi-weekly, and there's no anime or anything. And it sold almost 3 million in 8 months, which is
that's
pretty low. To compare, it outsold Jujutsu Kaisen, Fire Force, the toilet manga. So doing pretty good.
Toilet manga. Oh, toilet bound, whatever,
Yeah.
ton, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway,
Remind me, how has Spy Family hit the 2-year mark yet?
oh God, no! It's been going for like a little over a year.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's why it's so crazy.
So 3 million volumes. Like, is it 3.5 yet? Per these numbers.
I think in total it sold like 6 million or something. I'm not sure yet.
Okay, so like, well, per those numbers, it was at 3 million. So 3 million in 8 months is a pretty big deal, especially for a new series.
I mean, to compare, My Hero sold 3.8 million. So.
And it has what, 5 seasons now?
Yeah, it's getting a 5th season. So yeah.
What? These numbers are just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so just to go through the list, because obviously we're building up to Demon Slayer, but yeah, My Hero was 7, One Piece at 6 with 4.4 million, which is a bit interesting.
I think it's underwhelming considering One Piece's massive following.
Well, here's the thing with One Piece. It has been declining in per volume sales slowly, like
for years.
I think the best-selling volume in a single month was volume 66, right? And that sold,
I think, was the Paramount War, right?
No, that was Fishman Island.
Oh,
I know. I was surprised too.
Yeah, dude, that is the end of Fishman Island.
Yeah, I know.
That's how. Oh my god,
which is so surprising. But anyway, since then it has been a very steady decline, and now a volume, while it still sells more than almost every other series, a new volume sells about half what it used to.
Yeah, it used to push like 2 to 3 million a volume every
now
single volume release.
it's like I think the last one sold 1.4 in a month. Which still massive.
To whoever's like listening to this podcast, 1.3 million volumes in the course of like a month is still amazing, but
yeah. But what's worth noting also with One Piece is that I think we're going to see a big decrease in the amount of copies sold per year now, because the series just simply has a really slow release schedule now. It's gotten to the point where it's basically bi-weekly. Oda takes constant breaks. We're actually right now in the middle of a 2-week break because of a sudden illness he had. But I'm pretty sure he's better now. Yeah, so I think it's possible like this might not even place number 2 this year just because of how slow we're getting, like 2 to 3 volumes of One Piece per year now, when we used to get 4 to 5, right? So that's probably the biggest reason we see like a big decrease in these sales.
We all know what's going to be placing number 1. So
yeah. Anyway, number 5 so far. Remember, these are just for 8 months, not the full year. Number 5 is Promised Neverland, at about the same as One Piece. Then we have the Quintessential Quintuplets, Epic, with 4.7. It's worth noting this ended at the very start of the year, so this backlog has just continued to sell with no new volumes. So that's amazing.
Yeah. And then, to anyone that's listening, Quintessential Quintuplets does have an English release. You should definitely buy it. It's one of the best.
It's a masterpiece. And season 2 begins in January.
It does.
Yeah.
And actually, no, you haven't said it yet, because I think I know what number 3 is. Number 2.
It is Haikyuu with 5.2 million.
Haikyuu is, if you haven't read Haikyuu or any sports manga for that matter, and you're not into sports, Haikyuu is a great segue into sports manga. Amazing.
And number 2 at 5.6, we have Kingdom. Again,
good for them,
with no English release, and probably never get one.
Kingdom sells very well, and it does not get any kind of recognition over here. It's stupid.
Anyway, let's rip the Band-Aid off. Demon Slayer has sold 53.7 million copies.
Oh my
Actually,
gosh,
so that number,
so much.
If you are to be correct, did you not say that number was closer to 70 million?
No, I made a prediction that like once we get the 12-month sales, it might be close to 70 million.
Okay.
But yeah,
I would definitely say that.
To put this in perspective, the record for most copies sold in a year was One Piece in like 2010 or 2011, which sold 38 million copies, and this has sold 53 million copies, and there's still 4 months left.
Yeah, and how many volumes? 25.
23, but 23? 2 of them still aren't out yet.
Jesus, that's
and
like
there's
4 million volumes per copy.
And there's also a movie coming out like next week.
Is it whatever the fuck?
Is it being simulcasted?
Yes.
No, because it's a movie.
Well, I don't know.
It might take a while to come out in English, but yeah. Basically, and like it's not just a random throwaway filler shit. Like it's an actual sequel. Like they're doing the next arc, so it's going to encourage even more people to go out and buy the manga. So honestly, I think this is probably going to be number 1 next year too. I mean,
oh yeah,
I no doubt. Probably for the next couple of years.
So
I mean, with the anime still going, I mean, it's possible. Like,
okay, how many volumes does Demon Slayer have?
23.
23. Well, 25 when it's done.
No, it has 23 in total. It has like 21 out now.
Okay, you said 23 with plus 2, so that's why I said.
That is so. Holy cow!
Yeah. So
I'm blown away every time I see how well Demon Slayer has done.
It really came out of nowhere too, because most of this ran for 4 years, and like for the first 3, not very many people knew about it. I mean, it didn't sell remarkably well, and they announced the final arc before the anime even came out.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, that anime plus YouTube plus Twitter exploded the popularity.
I know.
I'm gonna be honest with you, that first volume was trash, y'all. That first volume, absolutely not. If I had picked this up in 2016 when this shit started, I would have dropped it immediately.
Oh well, I dropped it when I first read it too. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Yeah, and while I do think it gets good, I mean, it still wasn't really mind-blowing or anything, but even the thing, even though the anime was so good, I mean, still, like, the biggest anime boosts we've seen before, like Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, My Hero, like, none of those came close at all to Demon Slayer. So it's
they
still
really
just,
did
even
not.
in just even in just terms of sales, ooh.
And actually, because I haven't read the manga, nor will I probably ever, but you have. How likely do you think Shueisha would be pushing a sequel manga series for this? Did it end in a way for it to get a sequel?
No.
Or is the movie just it?
Well, the movie is only like chapters like up to 70 or something, and there's 200 chapters, so the anime will go for a while. But the way the manga ended, they definitely can't make a direct sequel to it. But what they could always do, in fact, they actually had one recently. They had a one-shot this past week where it was basically just a backstory of one of the characters, and that's really what they'd have to do. Is they can't continue the story because of where it leaves off, but what they can do is just expand on the story we already have, I guess. So they could always do that. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. But
kind of sounds dumb, but like a side story, but for another character, like a side character.
Yeah.
And then turn that into a full-on manga.
And I always wonder, I mentioned this in my review, but I wonder, like, if this boost had happened earlier, if they would have continued, like, made it go longer, because when the boost happened, we were in the final arc, so there was nothing they could really do, but,
Right, well, Bleach.
But, yeah, they could have... Yeah, they could have... I love it. Bleach's final arc is longer than all of Demon Slayer.
Oh my
so
gosh.
the final arc went from volume 50.
Actually, no, maybe it's a little shorter, but I mean, still.
What's the hold on?
So it's 72 volumes long, and Fullbring.
Bleach is 72 volumes long.
Yeah, and Fullbring.
No, it's 74.
Was,
Naruto was 72.
Okay, so it's 74. Fullbring, I think, was 5 volumes or 4 volumes long.
Yeah. I think
it wasn't very long.
I think the Blood War was 20 volumes. That sounds about right.
Yeah,
so, almost the
roughly.
length
I think
of Demon
21
Slayer.
Or 22 actually.
Yeah, but no, I was saying because like there's a point in Demon Slayer where it feels like they could have put more arcs in and it would have felt natural. Because like there's a big break moment and like they could have theoretically gone on more missions and stuff instead of like beginning the final arc right away. But
they should have done.
Although I'm glad with where it ended, because the final arc is my favorite arc in the series. I thought it was pretty
well,
fun.
That's how it's supposed to be. Anyway.
Yeah, I know that's kind of unusual, but yeah.
What they should have done is the final panel in the manga should have been one of the Hunter x Hunter characters coming up, and then that mangaka taking over Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
let's be honest. It's Hunter x Hunter is never going to end. Just like Berserk, neither of them are ever going to end.
I want Hunter x Hunter to end so bad.
How long has it been on hiatus now?
We're in the longest one right now. I don't know. Yeah, tis rough.
Hold on, I'm actually. I mean, how I remember seeing there's a hiatus chart.
Oh yeah.
Which you can see.
Yeah.
And I referenced this quite a bit. So okay.
I want to say that there was a statistic that he had more hiatus weeks than he did actually writing the manga. I don't know if that's true. But...
Hunter x Hunter's.
Actually, I think that math checks out. I think it does.
Yeah, there's we're still in the longest one, and so the longest hiatus has been, according to this, 80 issues of Shonen Jump.
That's 80 weeks. Well, Golden Week counts weeks. Too.
No. Yeah.
Because they skip that week, and there's a couple of other holidays.
So it's been like a year
and
a half, give or take.
Yeah, essentially.
When 2019 started, he hasn't done a single bit.
Yeah, it was late 2018. So it's actually almost been 2 years now.
Yeah, it's literally almost been 2 years since we've seen a chapter from Hunter x Hunter at all.
So he's dead. Is that what we're saying?
He's dead.
Dude, if I hear that Togashi's dead, I'm gonna be so.
He's just gonna burn his entire collection.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be just at a loss of words because I'm like.
Yeah, I mean, like
I've never felt such a sense of dread other than thinking, man, dude, Togashi's gonna die, and then Hunter x Hunter's just gonna sit there, and no one's gonna touch it, and I'm gonna be sad.
Just hand it to Murata and have his wife finish it. Because his wife wrote Sailor Moon, did she not?
She did.
Yeah,
but also the thing with Togashi, like Togashi doesn't like help. Like he.
No, we know that. That's that's why we're in the issue, the situation we're in.
Although the thing with to go back when you said, I actually think Berserk will end. It might take a while, but because Miura's like he works with this studio now. Because they're doing Duranki. Is Duranki still a thing? I remember, like...
Is Duranki still a thing?
I gotta look at... Duranki. Miura's other manga.
What the fuck is a Duranki?
We've talked about Duranki before.
I fucking haven't.
So Duranki, it's this series that... has this even... How long has this been going?
I know that he partnered with an animation studio. I remember that.
Yeah, so he's working with the studio, and basically Duranki is basically a story he wrote where the art was mostly produced by this studio, and it looks exactly like Berserk. So I think what's happening is this studio is basically being trained to carry a lot of the work for him, but we're not entirely sure. So I feel like eventually Berserk will end. But
transitioned into anime. Gotcha.
Yeah, I can't find much about Duranki. Like it's about like this genderless fairy thing going around.
Oh, Navi. Gotcha.
And like a little fawn guy, and they like play naked in the swamp with the kids.
Okay, let's go ahead and stop. We have children on here.
I read the first 2 chapters and I was like, hey, this is actually pretty cool. And then chapter 3, they were all like having like mud baths.
Oh,
like, naked mud baths.
You showed me, gosh, I know what you're talking about.
You showed me pictures of this.
We talked about this
and
before.
It was literally a whole ass naked little girl in the mud bath.
Well, that's the genderless fairy thing.
Okay. Well,
yes.
It was
I
definitely
remember
drawn
this.
as a
Duranki
girl.
Man, what's up with Duranki? Does anyone read Duranki? Tell me what's up.
I don't want to look at it.
I don't either. Anyway, so going back to this animation studio, so are they the ones that animated the Berserk 2016 anime? Because
no.
If so, this is going
I
to be
don't think this is
glorious.
an animation studio. I think it's a manga, but whatever.
But
But speaking of anime, I kind of wanted to touch on this because I don't know if you guys have seen the upcoming like anime season, but it's kind of like stacked to the brim with
It
like
really is.
some crazy shit. Like for one, Jujutsu Kaisen has started, which I was really surprised. I didn't like the manga when I first read it, but the anime was really good. So that was cool. I think they just did a really good job adapting it. But so we have so that's going to be carrying into the next season. And then in January, so we also have The Promised Neverland is back, Attack on Titan is back, The Stupid Slime Show is back, Quintuplets, Dr. Stone, Cells at Work, Beastars, and even The Seven Deadly Sins. So
Heck yeah, finally!
I was going to say I really need to catch up to Dr. Stone, but
I haven't read the current arc yet. I'm waiting for it to build up. No, I mean it's stacked, but I mean some of these like the Dr. Stone anime hasn't been very good of an adaptation so far, and you have I don't know if they'll fix Seven Deadly Sins at all. Probably not.
I heard that a new animation studio is heading in,
I
think is which is definitely a good thing because like when I was having to get like clips and stuff for my review for it. Man, oh man! Like
last season was a disaster.
I didn't. Oh my gosh, it looks so bad. Like I was thinking like
it's crazy. They would literally just like drag a PNG of Meliodas across the screen.
Dude, no, okay, yeah. Next year, honestly, despite what, I mean, we have some pretty solid like anime that are coming out next year because like just like have that stuff that you said. It's like. Even though they're just like newer seasons of things, it's like that's still pretty solid. Also, Log Horizon.
Oh yeah, that's
getting a third season. Holy cow!
How long has that been?
It's been a long time.
It's been at least like I watched Log Horizon.
Yeah, it's been 5 years now, and it'll be 6 years. It'll be 6 years when season 3's out.
I remember watching it in high school, so it's definitely been a bit.
I think. If I remember correctly, Log Horizon came out the year of or the year after Sword Art Online did.
It was the year after.
Yeah,
I remember. I remember watching Log Horizon, and I was like 16, I think, and I was like, "Oh, this is like the intellectual Sword Art Online." And I remember I like went out and I bought the light novel. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm so cool here, reading this fine literature." And I read like one chapter and got bored. I'm like, "Okay, never mind."
Log Horizon is definitely one of those things. It's like I would not read it, but I will watch it. It's just that like I don't know. That entire genre is just interesting. Because this is a little side tangent, but like Sword Art Online, I'm pretty sure we all know how everybody thinks of Sword Art Online.
Let's go.
But if you guys haven't ever watched Sword Art Online Abridged, oh my gosh, I absolutely am in love with that series, and I watch it all the way through probably about 3 times a year. I will take that to the grave. Sword Art Online is actual like poo poo caca, but like oh my gosh, holy cow! It's so good. It's just so good, and it's everything that I wanted SAO to be. It's just so good. And then Log Horizon got a 3rd season, and it just reminded me of like that entire genre and how much of a mess that like dot hack is and the
trash.
actual SAO.
The only good isekai, I've said it before and I'll say it again, is the Greed Island arc in Hunter x Hunter. That's the best you're gonna get.
Hunter x Hunter. I was gonna say the statistic, but we changed topics. Hunter x Hunter before we absolutely drop it. The series, if it kept going from the time that the first chapter was released, and they give it a couple weeks for like a week or two for a break every once in a while, it would be at 81-ish
volumes. You mean?
Think of that, volumes.
Yeah.
Like, holy crap.
I know. Anyway, so Attack on Titan's final season is starting. I'm actually like high key worried about it because I don't know, because you have Mappa doing it this time, and Mappa is definitely like a bigger studio than Wit.
Wait, whoa, Mappa's doing it this time?
Yes, you didn't know this? You haven't seen?
No,
it?
I haven't actually. I saw the announcement.
Have you seen the trailer?
No.
What? You didn't watch the trailer? The trailer's awesome.
No, I saw the announcement just because the standard season like poster of like the giant Titan and the smaller person, like whoever it is. Like, I love those posters. I saw that. I was like, it got the
but it came with the trailer too.
I'm surprised you haven't heard about it because
I knew there was a trailer, but like I just haven't watched the trailer because I was like I know exactly what's happening. I wasn't being all like, oh my gosh, wonder what it's like. It's just like I know that they're on Paradise Island, so I'm not like, oh my gosh, I wonder like how I wasn't. I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't hear about the change until now, but now I gotta go watch it because I'm kind of. Now I'm concerned if they're changing it from Wit.
I'm really surprised you haven't heard that it changed because Based has not stopped talking about Mappa.
Well, okay. I mean, like, it's just... I've had things. Yeah. I've had other things.
Honestly,
other than, like,
maybe it's a good thing he doesn't listen to Based, honestly.
Well, I don't
listen to Based.
So, also to point this out, and we've pointed this out many times, but people still don't understand it. If you take Based seriously in anything that he says, you're a clown. Let's just put that out there.
Except when he hits you with his car, then you should probably take it seriously.
Yeah, or when he talks about Kingen. Because, to this point, even, I still can't tell if he's serious about Kingen. Because, he only talks about how...
He owns the entire series.
Well, I realize this, but listen, so he radiates big gay energy when he talks about Kingen because he only talks about the quote, big juiced diesel revved men, end quote, of the series. And that's the only thing he cares about is the muscular
that's all the series
designs.
Is. That's all the series is.
Right.
Why does he refer to them as that?
It's great.
But he goes out of his way to radiate massive flaming homo energy when he talks about them.
Apollo, I think you should just read it because you might see where he's coming from. I mean, like some of those men are pretty.
Okay, so I have read a little bit, like a couple of volumes worth.
Yeah,
and
but he didn't make it to the tournament.
I'll admit there was some amazing designs put in there, but honestly, it's not my kind of series.
Anyway, before we went on this Based tangent, we were talking about Attack on Titan. So the thing is, like, the trailer came out and it looks amazing. Like, I mean, they mostly show shots from the first core, but it looks great. But the problem is, you see, Mappa, while they are a much bigger studio than Wit, they have taken on a huge workload this year. In fact, Attack on Titan starts in December. It will be their 8th series in 2020. Now,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and not only that, but they already have a series. They have Jujutsu Kaisen and a show called Taiso Samurai. Both of them are already airing this season. So in December, you're going to have 3 shows from them airing in one season.
Do we know how long that
Taiso? Taiso doesn't start for another 2 or 3 days.
Yeah,
it starts on October 10th.
Yeah, I don't think
it's only
Taiso
going
Samurai.
to be. It's only going to be 12 episodes. So it'll be done right around the time that Attack on Titan starts airing. But it's still going to be rough because they have, because I think they have a film.
They don't have.
So
a movie,
never mind.
But
There was a Yuri on Ice movie that I thought was coming out too.
They have one, but no announcement yet. The thing with the Attack on Titan, like the final season in particular, is going to be a massive undertaking. Like mostly the second half. Because the scale of the stuff that happens in this part of the series is like unlike most manga ever do, right? And we're seeing now in interviews that are coming out that most studios turned it down because they were just like, you want us to do this before the manga ends? Fuck that, right? And Mappa's like the only one who took it on, which is kind of like, then maybe it's kind of suspicious. And I don't know. And now we're hearing rumors that it's not going to be a split core, like they're just going to air the whole series in one go. And honestly, it really worries me because like I really
wait. They're gonna air the whole season in one go. Like, what do you mean?
Well, like
meaning it's gonna be
no break,
all 24 episodes, not split into 2 seasons.
Oh,
yeah, like season 3 was split because they needed more time. But in this case, now this is unconfirmed, but we have heard credible sources say that there is not going to be a split. There's no break at all. Yeah. It's just gonna start and then every single week until it ends.
It's essentially so. Mappa has a terrible, terrible track record with overworking their workers, which they use almost exclusively freelancers. But still, they go into crunch time, I guess is what they call it in the anime studio, where they force overtime on their animators. So they're gonna have Taiso Samurai, Attack on Titan, and Boyoku Battery, all airing. Well, so Boyoku Battery, which is 1 episode, and Taiso Samurai comes out on the same day, which is October 11th, and then they're gonna have Attack on Titan coming out. All 3 are gonna be highly animated.
Now, like I've said before, Mappa is a really big studio, much bigger than WIT was, so they can definitely handle having multiple series in a season, because a lot of studios do that. But it's still a bit concerning with just how big an undertaking Attack on Titan Season 4 will be. So yeah, I mean, I really hope they pull it off, because I think if they do, this will be the best season yet. But they do have a lot to live up to. So hopefully it's all good.
I am worried, mostly because Taiso Samurai is an original work. So
who cares? No one cares about Taiso Samurai.
Well, listen. Like, I'm worried because Taiso Samurai is a original work, so we don't know how animation and intensive it will be.
Well, I mean,
we do know that Jujutsu Kaisen is going to be heavily animation intensive during the fights. Attack on Titan is extremely animation intensive in the fights. So I'm worried that the budgets and what the studio can do for both of these 2 series, Jujutsu Kaisen and Attack on Titan, I'm worried that they're going to do some budget cuts.
Also, keep your expectations in check. We are going to get a shitload of CGI no matter what. So, I mean, like...
Yes.
The WIT seasons also had a ton of CGI, but the scale was a lot. Like, you never really had... I don't really want to give away much of what happens, but you never really had... You only had, like, a few Titans on the screen at a time, right? It was no big deal. So,
yeah.
So,
but now,
but now,
but now,
yeah. So it'll be interesting to see, but I really do hope they pull it off.
Oh my gosh,
if they pull it off, I mean, Mappa is already my favorite studio.
If they pull it off, it'll be a miracle. It'll be the best shit ever made. Honestly.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well, it'll be close.
I mean.
There were also rumors of Vinland Saga Season 2. The director posted a little cryptic note that had like hints towards Season 2, so that'll be fun.
Man, when's Volume 12 coming out? I'm getting scared.
November?
No, it's not November. They delayed it to March, I think, maybe.
Oh, well, that's shitty.
Man, dude, I'm like, I just went... I can't have Vinland Saga ending on me, man. I've worked so hard to keep it going.
April 13th.
It's not gonna end. Yeah, are you talking about the actual manga or the releases in English?
The releases in English.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. It's because of all of the damn coronavirus that they had to delay it.
Yeah, it's in a better position now than it has been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's because of it's finally got. Do I remember back probably about 5 or so years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2017.
it was like a dream that like we were just all like, Vinland Saga, like getting a show, no way. And then I remember the text from Gear, the morning that it got announced.
Oh geez.
And I remember like rolling out of my bed and being like, oh my gosh! Like I freaked out, and I was all like, we've done it, boys.
I remember Insidious Swede made a video right when the news broke, and like in his video he like filmed his screen and it showed like my live reaction. I was like, oh my fucking god, in the like on Twitter in his video. Yeah, no, that was great. And I remember like, oh man, I remember the first trailer came out at 6 a.m. and I set my alarm. So I woke up earlier than I ever did to watch the trailer, and I was like, oh my god, it looks amazing. Then I went back to sleep.
And then you used like portions of the trailer in your top 20, which was amazing.
Oh yeah, that whole show, they did such a good job with that. I'm so happy with how
really
that turned
did.
out. Like it was great. They did change a few things, but I think overall it worked pretty well.
Yeah,
like they added a bit. They added like some more stuff with Thorfinn when he was a kid, but yeah.
What I'm excited because like I still haven't read past the farm saga just because I know that the current, well, not the current, but I know that the arc that I have to read next ends on English volume 11. Yeah. So I have the volumes that I can read.
Well, you basically get 2 mini arcs and then a big arc, and then that ends at volume 11.
Okay, so I have plenty to read. I'm nervous because people say that after farm arc it gets bad. I'm just like,
Well, people say it gets bad. They're kind of like smooth brained. It's definitely like farm arc was definitely the peak. Although I will say those 2 mini arcs are definitely like on par with the best stuff. Then I think the next big arc, while it's still really good overall, it definitely has a few problems that show up. But yeah, and now the current arc has mostly just been set up, and it's a real pain to read. Someone asked me in the comments why Kaguya is my favorite manga now, and it's mainly just because like I have that experience where I can every single week I can look forward to a new chapter, and it's usually like every chapter on its own is usually super great. But the problem with Vinland Saga is that not only do we have to wait monthly, but the chapters are only like 20 pages long, and also it's just mostly been set up with like not much happening. So it's kind of just been a slog reading monthly the past year.
So it's essentially the Attack on Titan curse.
Well, no, I'd say Attack on Titan's better for it because you get a lot more story with those chapters. Vinland Saga will be like, hey, today we're going to discuss trading for 20 pages, and like there's nothing wrong with it, but like that's all you get after waiting a month, and it's like, oh well, like reading it in bulk is so much better. Like the
I agree.
Like
I recently,
like the big arc that I just said wasn't as good. I mean, like it was so much better reading it all at once. Like reading it over like 2 years monthly, I was like, ugh. But when I got to read it all, I'm like, oh yeah, this slaps. This is pretty nuts and great.
I've always wondered how mangaka did it, because reading it weekly or monthly is such a chore, and they have to write it weekly or monthly, which of course it's planned. It's all planned out.
Yeah.
But it has to be a chore to plan
like,
it all out by chapter.
There's like a bunch of things you have to keep in mind, because like you want to keep people engrossed in it each week or month it comes out. So like you kind of want each chapter to end on like a mini cliffhanger. But then you also want to make sure that the volume ends on the cliffhanger. So you have to like keep track of which chapters are what and stuff. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of work.
Which I assume that is a big part of the editor's job as well.
Yeah, just to keep them on track and stuff.
Yeah. But anyway, we've been talking about stuff other than the actual manga for a while. So, I forgot what I was... Kaguya. So...
Yes. The greatest manga of all time.
So, Kaguya... I've tried 3 different times to read Kaguya, and I can't. Like, the text walls and all that shit is
it's
too
all
much.
genius.
So
It's
he
all
told me the
genius.
other day. He told me the other day to start watching the anime, which I have not yet. But after this is over, I will be watching the first episode of the anime. So I will be live posting in Discord my reaction to that.
Live tweeting.
I mean,
no, not live tweeting. Fuck that.
Yeah, you see, it's so god tier. Like, I mean, it really is. I mean, I started with the anime, so maybe I would have felt kind of similar starting with the manga. But yeah, I just love it. The first 2 seasons are so well done. It's fantastic. I can't wait. They haven't announced season 3 yet, but it'll be the best shit.
Is there even enough?
Oh my god! They've only.
For...
I think the anime is done like 90 chapters, and there are just over 200. So they got a while to go. And I think the mangaka, he said on Twitter that it's only 2/3 done. So.
Heck yeah!
I'm excited.
Well, I mean, hasn't Oda said that it's halfway done like 7 times now? So.
Oda's a special case, man.
Oda has smoked more cigarettes in a year than there are people that are actually living on Earth.
Okay, hold on. I have a mini rant real fast. So, I don't like One Piece's paneling at all. I think it actually kind of sucks. Controversial take, whatever. I'm supposed to be a One Piece stan, and I talk about it relatively often. I'm like, man, these pages look so ugly. I mean, like, even if the story's good, it can sometimes be hard to follow. And people are like, what do you mean, man? One Piece has always been like this. And they show me pictures from like chapter 200. I'm like, yeah, that doesn't make it good. I mean, I was like a blind fanboy back when I read through all of One Piece. So I didn't really acknowledge I had this problem with the series until recently. But yeah, it's just something. I don't think the composition or the panel, like you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, those pages are cramped as fuck, and there's like,
yeah, I know,
like, there's so much there. I think, and while people say it was always like that, I do think it has gotten worse. I mean, like, if you go through the older volumes, like, it was never this, like, every single page super cramped.
Hold on, let me pull up my phone and look at the newest chapter.
And like I said, I don't think it means the series is bad at all. I still think Oda's a great artist and all, and I like where the story's been going.
Well, let's hold on there.
That's just the one problem I have with it, and
I will take one for the team and say that Oda is not a great artist.
I think he has some unique designs. We'll say that.
yeah, he definitely has some.
He's a very, very capable artist. But I don't. The one thing I don't like how he has 2 female designs. One is like the hourglass thing with like
the really thin hourglass,
like
and the other's
Nami. Well, yeah, it's like pretty much like Nami, Robin, Carrot, Vivi. They all have the same body type, and then there's just like butt fuck ugly. Like,
yeah,
literally.
Do you guys know what those glob fishes at like the bottom of the sea that just look like blubber?
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Okay,
yeah.
That's essentially what his quote unquote fatter women look like. It's awful. Anyway, I'm looking at the newest chapter 991, and I'm getting some Samurai 8 vibes.
Oh no, Apollo.
All of the smoke and shit and everything, it's so cramped. I can tell what's going on. It's better than Samurai 8, but it's awful.
It's just, yeah, I just think the pages are just kind of unappealing. Like, there's not much flow to them. It's really,
yeah,
and they're really crammed, and then every once in a while you'll get like a double wide.
Yeah. I think one of the problems is that the story has become too big for its own good, to the point where you have to cram so much into each part to like actually, like, there's like 100 relevant characters in the current arc, and so like you need to have a reaction, like each single person have like a reaction panel and like a text panel and stuff. Also on this note, so as we all know, the One Piece anime is stinky poo-poo trash, right? The newest episode adapted 6 pages from the manga.
You are joking.
He's not joking.
I think this is a new record, but the anime only covered
6
or did
pages.
I say 6 pages.
Like this is some Dressrosa level shit.
No, it's not even as bad as Dressrosa. Like this is, like I said, I'm pretty sure this is a record. For
oh my gosh,
it's so mind bending. Like, just take a break, because like we said, the volume, like the chapters are releasing so slowly now that the anime just can't keep up if it's going at this rate. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like they could, because honestly, really the problem I have with the manga, the main problem, which is the composition of the pages and stuff, like that should be like relieved in the anime, because the anime doesn't have to deal with that. But the problem, the anime, the pacing is just so garbage that it makes it unwatchable. Urgh.
Oh
God,
my
it's
gosh.
so frustrating. Man,
I've been saying for years that One Piece has become meh. And
well,
people have been going at my throat for it, but I mean, it really, like, it's gotten so big that there are characters that I have completely forgotten about, probably for several years, 3 to 4 years, and then they come back and I'm like, who the fuck is that?
did you know there's 2 characters named Carrot?
I did not.
There's Carrot the bunny, and then one of Usopp's friends from his
Oh
village is
yeah,
named
I
Carrot.
forgot.
It's gotten so big now that Oda's forgotten the names.
Well,
I don't actually think that was the case, but yeah, still, it's
I think
it's kind of like when your story is so big that characters have the same name. That's kind of hilarious.
I think we need to finish up these last thoughts and go into the aftercast.
probably.
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Oda at one time go on Twitter and like he actually take like recommendations from fans of, maybe not recommendations, but people reminded him of things that he's forgotten, or was that Tagashi?
I can't
remember which one.
I have no idea what you're talking. I feel like they have systems in place to not forget details, but yeah. Yeah, well, you never know.
Tagashi probably has brain cancer. Let's
Gosh.
Oh, Apollo. Oh. Anyway.
Okay, at the peak of his smoking, he smoked literally 3 packs a day. That is 60 cigarettes a day.
All right, time for the aftercast. Enough of this nonsense. Steve is in Minecraft.
Oh my gosh, I was just about to say it.
Steve?
Woo!
Yeah.
Apollo,
do you know what we're talking about?
Smash Brothers. He is going to absolutely dominate the game just by his just sheer presence. Do you not realize this?
I just
Apollo?
love how it's real, because I mean, people have been joking about this since probably since Smash 4, I guess.
I remember when Smash 4 days, Steve was it was like you'd see pictures of like him and Shrek and the McDonald's Happy Meal box, and then people are like, oh, he's gonna make it in. And then when Smash Ultimate came out, people were like, you know what? I think he has a shot. And then he got revealed, and I was like, praise be. And it's hilarious.
Yeah, because what really set it off was like, I guess with Banjo being in it, it was like confirmation that Microsoft would work with them. So that made it a lot more likely, but even still, it was like, really, Steve? But yes, Steve. And he actually looks amazing. Like, wow. Looks like a really fun character.
He looks so much fun. This is honestly probably the most excited that I've been for a character by like the reveal video. Yeah. Like in all of Ultimate. Like, not even like... I remember like probably Joker and Banjo were probably like the closest that I was to like getting really excited, but like Hero and Steve have probably taken the cake for like me being like, that looks so much fun. Oh, and Hero is so much fun to play.
Yeah, I haven't really played much of any of the new characters. Like, I got the first fighter pass, but by then I was kind of burnt out on it, and I usually only play it now with my friends occasionally. But yeah, I haven't gotten the next fighter pass yet, but I definitely plan to.
Well, you know, I'm a big Smash fan, and so Min is like weird to me, but I still love her to death. But like, man, oh man, Steve looks so much fun, and I've yet to dislike anybody in the Fighters Pass. Say what you want about Byleth, but like, Byleth is still fun to play.
Now, Apollo hasn't said anything yet, and I think it's because he's a dirty Kirby main. Is that right, Apollo?
Listen. Okay, so I actually do really like Kirby. I don't own, besides the first Fighters Pass, I don't own any of the other ones. But
it's only
I can't even fucking play Smash if I wanted to right now. So, you know.
Oh right, yeah, your Switch got smashed.
Okay, so like I have this curse that started with my PS3 so many years ago that somehow my consoles get destroyed by family members. Some of them being dropped, some of them being spilled with juice or Coke. I think over the course of my video gaming career, I have had, I think now 5 consoles either get destroyed, dropped, accidentally destroyed, something.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway.
I take care of my consoles.
Yeah,
right,
same.
me too, but...
that seems to be up in the air.
Oh, okay. Go fuck yourself. I'm not the one that destroys them. So, anyway.
Yeah.
Kirby is an amazing main.
No, he's
low power, though.
You're a casual turd, aren't you?
Well, duh, because, I'm not a fucking pro Smash player, first of all. Second of all, I play Smash for fun. Third of all, I don't give a fuck about Smash other than playing every now and then.
I play to win, alright?
I don't really give a shit. I just play to have fun.
Has anyone played... I've actually been playing a lot of games recently. I play... Spelunky 2, obviously. Spelunky is one of my favorite games ever, and Spelunky 2 is
How many days did it take you to beat that?
Like a week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Spelunky. I feel like I did better than most people playing.
There you go.
I've been playing... I'm actually playing a lot of games right now. Obviously, like, Among Us is a big deal, and I've enjoyed that. I played through Link's Awakening, Uncharted 2. I play zombies a ton in Black Ops 3 because I'm a huge zombies fan, and I will take that to the grave. And then I was playing through one other game. Oh yeah, I've been playing a lot of Mario Super Sluggers. That's it.
That's such a random choice, but cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, dude, I have you guys have no idea. I play some of the weirdest games.
Huh.
And also, I've been watching a lot of Star Wars: The Clone Wars. That's basically all I've been doing.
That's a good
There
show.
you go.
I wasn't done yet though. Jeez, I'm also I'm playing through Crash 4, which is
that looks insane.
It's okay. I'll say this: it is amazing.
Is that a pun?
Shut up. It is really, really good. Like, it surprised me with just how much care they put into it and how much it feels like an actual sequel, and unlike all the rest of the shit we've gotten over the years. But it is comically hard. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, the Insane Trilogy, and the originals in general are really difficult. Like, they're known as these really difficult games, especially to 100% them. And I did 100% them all, and it was very, very challenging. But this one, man, I feel like the devs are laughing at us. Like, this kind of seems impossible to I've played through the game now, and now I'm just going through and trying to get all the collectibles. But I am dreading some of the stuff later on. Like, you have to go through the levels breaking all the boxes, but now you also have to collect enough fruit, and you also have to get through it, and then you also have to get through it only dying less than 3 times each level. Right? And with some of the earlier levels, it's not so bad, but with some of the later ones, they're so brutal. Like, I would rack up 70 deaths on a single level because they have a nice little counter. They have a nice little counter to remind you how many times you died.
What the frick, dog?
They actually remove. Well, the life system is optional. You can play modern mode or retro mode. And at first I was like, well, why would I turn lives off? That seems like a cheap way to make it easier. But now I'm like, oh no, they got rid of lives because you'd have to be an absolute masochist to play with them on, because you die so often. And also, there's also then the time trials, which make a return. You beat the game in a certain amount of time, and you get either bronze, silver, or gold, or platinum. Now, in the trilogy, you only needed gold to count for 100%, which was really difficult, but it was manageable. Platinum was, like, impossible. In this game, you need platinum for 100%. So, I don't know what I'm going to do, honestly. Like, I really want to 100% it, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So
is this going to be one of your rare non-platinum games?
God, I hope not. I also didn't platinum Crash Team Racing, the remake of that. That was also like insane.
Hey, a pun.
Do we really need a platinum Crash Team Racing though?
I love Crash Team Racing. It's awesome, but
you're right.
Basically, I did like everything up to when you have to beat the game on hard mode, and I was like, man, I schooled these guys on normal mode, I'll be fine. And I'd also done all the time trials at that point, so I felt very good at the game, right? Hard mode, I played like the first level in hard mode. I spent hours on it, and I could never even like place in the top 3.
Jesus.
I'm like, how have people done this? Like, it honestly seems like too hard. I know, like, get good and all that shit, but like, I don't know, man. I need to play something easy. I've been like on a non-stop marathon of like all the Dark Souls games and now Crash.
Play Link's Awakening, man. It's such a fun and cute game.
Yeah, I've already played. Well, I've played the original. I haven't played the remake, but yeah.
Well, whatever. All right. Well, let's end the cast here.
All right.
Whatever.
Wow, I haven't even gotten a chance to talk about what I've been playing. Fuck you guys.
No, all you play is like FIFA and shit. Like, honestly.
What the fuck ever?
It's true.
I know more manga. All I play is FIFA. What are you turning into, buddy? What?
I haven't played. FIFA in like 3 months.
He's turned to Madden.
Anyway,
that's what it's turned into.
So, besides Among Us, because Among Us, actually, one thing I don't like about Among Us is there's a lot of kids on it now because of TikTok. And it's so annoying because like half the time they'll just go into like emergency meetings and they'll just talk for like 100 minutes, 100 seconds or whatever it is, and then they'll wait for the cooldown and hit it again. So it's gotten a little annoying. But anyway, besides that, I've been playing a little bit of Ghost of Tsushima, which so Ghost of Tsushima, I would say I'm close to halfway done. I've got 20% of all of the awards. Story-wise, I think I'm halfway done. I still have a lot of side quests to do. There's a shit ton of side quests to do. Man, Ghost of Tsushima is a beautiful game, and if I had to rank the soundtrack, it's easily top 10. Like
Honeymooner.
Some of the Legend of Zelda soundtracks are, top 3, top 4. This is encroaching. This is such a beautiful, and it sounds amazing.
I mean,
besides
remember that E3 where the guy played the flute and that was it?
No.
Come on, that was iconic.
I don't know. Anyway, but if you haven't played Ghost of Tsushima, which if you haven't, I don't know why you haven't, but if you haven't,
I haven't.
You definitely you have to play this game.
It'll be $20 next year. I'll get it then.
Probably, which I got it for like 30, but that's the point. Ghost of Tsushima, you have to play it. It's fucking amazing. Besides that, I am about to start
Splunky
Final Fantasy VII, so that's gonna be fun.
The original or the remake?
The remake.
Play Spelunky 2. You'll love it.
No, absolutely not. I don't give a fuck about Spelunky 2. Fuck off.
But it's so good. It's literally
No.
I'm not
in the bit.
I am not honeymooning this because Spelunky's always been one of my favorite games, but this is like probably the best game on the PS4. I mean,
okay.
I mean, like there's like Bloodborne and then there's Spelunky 2.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let's be honest. We're all super subjective.
No. Like, I mean, we're subjective about, like, manga and stuff, but, I've been playing games since I was, like, 5 years old. Spelunky 2 is the best game ever made.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
It's all opinionated.
Talk to me when you can finish an eggplant run. Come on, man. You're not even like...
Oh, he got him. Woo.
Oh, he did.
Oh,
Shrug doesn't even know
dang,
what you're talking about.
Shout out to the one Spelunky player in the audience who knows what I'm talking about. All right, that'll do it, everyone.
Anyway,
got him.
So
this
that's
one
the end of the cast.
Right, well,
Good night.
This one ran super long.
That's the end of the podcast.
Usually we have Shaman keeping us on a strict schedule, but since he's like dying in the hospital.
Yeah, but we have the freedom to do whatever we want because frick Shaman, we can do what we want here because he doesn't control me and my bedtime.
Oh, and the one thing we left out of the story is because Base came from Florida, he also gave Shaman COVID, so rip.
Oh no.
Rip.
Which he's in the hospital too now, so he's going to give all the hospital patients COVID.
All right, everyone go out and vote. Thanks for watching. Fun time. Bye.
Well, goodbye, everyone.
We're not even going to read comments. Bye.
Oh, shit, we forgot to read comments.
Now, this is a story all about how my frown got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, don't go too far. I'm going to tell you a little story about how I got these scars. My daddy was a drinker. My wife, she liked to gamble. My dog's a plastic surgeon. Please stop me if I ramble. My plans are so detailed, it's like I see into the future. I'm a